me see who that was by. Gmail. Okay, what's up, everybody? We're back. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to figure out what. Gray Television Group Inc. Who is that? I don't know. They took the stream down, so we're not going to use that footage, which I think it's just bullshit. But we'll deal with that another time. And I had like 10 people message me. I'm like, yo, chill. It's okay. Relax. Cálmate, cálmate. So, all right, what I'll do is we'll just adjust. Okay, we'll adjust. And let me just start with this article. We're going to kind of keep it moving. But right before I got cut off, what I was saying before the algorithm and the system got me and knocked me off and knocked the viewership and everything, amazing shit out of my stream. Somebody had emailed me the town hall link for Stockton, that whole town hall where the chief talks and all that stuff. So I appreciate that. I think that's amazing. I don't think we're gonna have time for it to do it this. I don't think we should do it this stream because if you guys, the other thing I was gonna ask you guys too, I might as well just run the poll now and I'll check it later. If you guys want to do the Daryl, I always want to say Daryl, yeah, Daryl Brooks stream, but it's gonna be like, it would probably be like a 5.5 hour stream or something like that. That's weird. They shouldn't be knocking off streams like that. Okay. That Brooks stream. Yes or no? Boom. Okay, so in the meantime, let's just go with this. I still have some clips and stuff we can look at. I don't know why these people are doing that. But kidnapping, sexual assault investigation to take place or to take days at Excelsior Springs home. Police investigation is going to take days. An investigation at Excelsior Springs home is expected to take multiple days after neighbors helped a woman who ran from the house screaming for help and alleging that she had been sexually assaulted. Several neighbors told the Star that a woman exited a house seeking help around 7:40 a.m. Friday. She appeared to have been beaten and handcuffed and said they were two other females. So this is the whole thing, a situation where there's like a height of concern, and I guess that's why they're checking. And I do have the aerial footage of the person that had just it's a media company. Okay. That shows the barrels that we're going to take a look at. It says police in Excelsior Springs were contacted at 7:47 a.m. to investigate the incident at the 300 block of Orchard Street. The woman reported to police that she had been held against her will and sexually assaulted. Clay County Sheriff's spokeswoman Sarah Boyd said. And by the way, that company or where the hell they are, they shouldn't be doing that for no press conference thing for a media release like that. I've never seen that happen before. That's so weird. I'm thinking it must be some sort of mistake. Daryl's stream is so boring. He repeats shit over and over and over. That's the thing. The Daryl thing at first, yesterday I thought it was really interesting. Oh crap, this is whatever. But then after a while, it really kind of got slow and dragging out. So I don't know. That's why you guys tell me what you want to do. He does cross-examine his ex-girlfriend or something like that. So it says here, when we made contact with her, it was readily apparent that she had been held against her will for a significant period of time, which I wonder how long is that. She was transported to the hospital where she was in stable condition. The victim was from the metro area. The family had joined her at the hospital. Dowdy said he expected the department to submit the case for charging Friday night. Police declined to say if other victims were suspected or had been located. A cadaver dog was brought out to search the property, but police declined to comment on any findings. Uniformed police officers and plainclothes detectives maintained a heavy police presence on the block through Friday evening. Investigators were seen going through a pile of trash in the backyard of the ranch-style residence, and other neighbors reported witnessing the removal of a blue barrel from the basement into the yard. Oh, I didn't know it came from the basement. Oh, damn. Which was placed under an evidence tent that had been set up. A truck was also moved into an evidence area. Several neighbors continued to watch the scene from their front yards, porches, and driveways. Miss Hancock, a neighbor who lives on the next street, said for 3 years she saw the resident's backyard. It was trashy, always filled with junk. She said the man who lives there was around before she moved to the neighborhood. She tried to speak to him once they were neighbors, but she added he wasn't having it. So he don't like to talk to people. Tammy Stewart, an Excelsior Springs resident, said recent crimes in the area have put her and her fiance on edge. On Saturday, a man shot at police, injuring one officer. Police returned fire, striking him in the head. The man was later identified as Carl Carroll, 65, died. Stewart also said she was friends and neighbors with Teresa Bass, a mother of 5 who was shot and killed last month in Excelsior Springs. The victim's husband, Keith Bass, has been charged for first-degree murder. Damn. Police also asked the community to be patient as they continued to search the old Orchard Street home so they could get justice for the victims and make sure that she is taken care of and that this doesn't fall by the wayside. Let's see what you guys are saying. Dahmer copycat? Yeah, they don't usually do that for that type of press thing. It's super freaking weird and it's annoying. I'll try to dispute it later, but right now we're just gonna keep it moving. There's a little bit of, let's see if they try to take this down. Police investigating. Oh, I think I fixed one of the errors at least. That's good. Amazing.
Yes.
So, this is the guy now. The suspect, Timothy Hasselett Jr., was promptly arrested, followed by hours of police investigation centered on a small white house on a corner lot. On Friday night, Police Chief Gregory Dull announced in a statement that Hasselett has been charged with first-degree rape, first-degree kidnapping, second-degree assault in Clay County Circuit Court. Police were first contacted shortly after 8 a.m. Friday to investigate a report of a woman who said she had been assaulted by a man at the house. She also mentioned to police that there were possibly other victims located. The police declined to say if other victims were suspected or had been located. And we already covered all this. Now let me show you. Let's see.
Through this area.
This is the guy right here.
Charges have been filed in a huge investigation. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sharon Chen. Now, this man right there that you see on your screen, Timothy Hasselett Jr., he now faces rape, kidnapping, and assault charges. He was arrested after a frantic woman started pounding on people's doors, claiming that she had been raped and held against her will. Tonight, a house on Old Orchard Street is the center of the investigation. We saw dogs searching the property a little earlier today, and that's where we find KCTV5's Betsy Webster. And Betsy, what is happening there now?
Well, you can probably see all of these flashing lights around me. I'll tell you, investigators have gone home for the night, but you can see the crime tape is still up. Those flashing lights, highway patrol troopers who are keeping. They had a cadaver dog out.
She made the comment that my friends didn't make it. He killed my friends. They didn't make it. She just kept repeating it.
What?
Friends didn't make
out.
So why? What the fuck? I want to pull up to and see, because police didn't want to confirm or deny anything, other victims or anything like that. I mean, I get it's an ongoing thing, but like, that's a pretty big damn deal. They can't say yet. Sorry.
She made the comment that my friends didn't make it. He killed my friends. They didn't make it. She just kept repeating it.
We can't report on the actual findings of the dog yet. They're going to give us an actual report. As soon as we get that report from them, we're going to let you guys know.
I'm so glad that she made it out.
Oh my God, they're doing this copyright thing again. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know what's going on. It must be this network or something. Hopefully they don't shut the stream down again. If they shut the stream down, we might just move over to the Darrell Brooks thing. Darrell Brooks or the town hall? Because I'm getting warnings again. And it's weird that they're only doing that for Facebook. They're not doing it for, they're only doing it for YouTube. They're not doing it for Facebook. All right, so we're not going to mess around with that. Hopefully they don't take down the stream. We'll just read the articles, yeah. If it's nothing that we haven't covered already. So the neighbor Lisa Johnson noticed the woman hunched over and nearly crawling toward her. Johnson said it was obvious the woman had experienced trauma. She had marks on her wrist and face. Johnson called police. Her face was bound and she had taken that off. She had some kind of collar device. Damn, collar device. I thought it was just like a rope or something. You guys, the video speed, that might help too. Oh, okay, never mind then. I didn't realize that's another channel. I'm already having issues with news channels. I don't want to use other YouTubers' videos. Her face was bound and she had taken that off. She had some kind of collar device on. Johnson said she told me that she was being held and that the person she was being held by lived up the street. Dowdy said it was apparent to law enforcement that the woman had been held against her will for a significant period of time. Dowdy said the woman was in stable condition, and we've gone over the charges already. This is the guy right here. Looking like a creep. And we know that the cadaver dog was at the scene. The police said any findings would not be released until a report was constructed. And I guess I can't play any of these videos because I was going to play this too. It seems like this particular company,
it's a scary world to be.
They're affiliated with somebody. So I'll just read this if they quote her what she said. So we got here. It was scary. It's a scary world to be raising my daughter, Alyssa says, especially being in my hometown. The crime scene, which was just down the street from Meredith's house, is nothing like she said she has ever seen before. There's never been this much activity in Excelsior. Guess I can't play this either. What I can do is just skip around. Because I think this is the one that has the... I wonder if their news network is like sitting there watching us right now. He's on, get him. Get him, we're gonna take him down. I think those are the barrels right there, right? Is that the barrels, the blue things there or no? Or is that oh no, that's just buckets. Oh, is that it? Is that one? That looks like a barrel right there, right? There. Oh, yeah. It looks like barrels right there to me. Okay. Make sure I'm not getting any more warnings. Good. I mean, at least they gave me a little bit of a warning. I didn't take the other warnings serious because it just seems so ridiculous. But I guess when they start giving you those warnings, you gotta pay attention. They must have some sort of media company that runs their page too, that does all these checks. So for hours, neighbors sat and watched as detectives took bags of evidence out of the house on the corner of Old Orchid Avenue. This is going to be a multi-day investigation. I should try to pull them up, see what official post they got as well. Police said a woman ran from the home screaming help for help Friday morning. It was readily apparent that she had been held against her will for a significant period of time. That's pretty much it. The same stuff over and over. What I will do, can't mess with this anymore.
Okay, so this morning at about...
I guess I can't use any of these, right? We already saw this one anyway, though. So it says here, 9:15 update. Timothy Hazlitt of Excelsior Springs has now been charged with these charges we've gone over. Police have the warrant and are searching the home. That was 4 p.m. and property Search could last into the evening until Kansas City, Missouri Police Department CSI units processing the scene. And this is the initial report that we already covered. And it says here, there are rumors on social media that there are additional deceased victims. There is no evidence. Oh, sorry. Got carried away. No evidence at this time. Okay. All right, there you go. The police said it. Cut the shit. But what? I mean, that was weird though, because didn't the person said that they I sent the link to your email. Okay, we check it out. Go check it out. Must be the other email. Breaking. Yeah, I don't want to use this YouTube person's thing because I don't know if they're going to try to cause issues or whatever, you know. So with that, over here they give a little bit more details, and then I'll show you this TikTok video as well. Well, all they say here, the extra part is that they say it was some kind of collar device. We already heard that. While Johnson called 911. I wonder if the 911 call has been put out. Sierra Tharp's grandmother let the woman inside of Tharp's house. My grandma said she had a metal collar around her neck, pretty tight. It was restricting her breathing. She had a ligature marks on her wrist. She could tell she was pretty weak. She brought her inside and gave her some food and wrapped a blanket around her. Both neighbors say the woman said she escaped when the man briefly left his home. Damn.
You see behind me. Now, she was seen going door to door in this neighborhood screaming for help. Luckily, a neighbor took her in and kept her safe until police arrived. This home on Old Orchard is now the center of an investigation after a woman reported to Excelsior Springs police frightening claims that she had been kidnapped and sexually assaulted. She tells police she managed to escape to a nearby home.
Once we made contact with her, it was readily evident that she was being held against her will at some point. And there was clear signs of that to the officers.
Police would not tell us how long she may have been held against her will. According to investigators, the woman also made claims of other victims possibly inside the home. Investigators are currently conducting a search warrant of the house.
She made mention of other victims, but there's no signs of them at this time that we have found. So while we work this scene and process through all of this, we are also trying to corroborate some of her story and make sure that if there is other victims that we try and reach out to them and or their families.
Matthew White, whose mom lives near the home being investigated, says he's delivered pizzas there. He said he had a few interactions with a man at that home and got unsettling vibes.
It was just weird with this guy, and clearly we missed something that we should have saw.
White hopes that there are no other victims and is just relieved that the woman who was being held there is now safe.
I'm glad that somebody opened the door. I'm glad that she was able to escape. I don't know how that happened, but thank God.
The Clay County Sheriff's Office is also assisting in this investigation. Now, they plan to be out here for several more hours, and when we get more information about that search warrant, we will let you know.
So there really, to me, there's not much. Oh, there's the Daryl thing. There's not much information. Somebody sent me these. I didn't even open all of them. Somebody had sent me some of the TikToks from this lady. I don't know if it's just all the same information. Let me see real quick. TikTok. Have you seen my TikTok, guys? Follow me on TikTok. TikTok.
I live in the small town of Excelsior Springs, Missouri.
Oh, she lives
and this
there.
morning, while a man was in the drop-off line at my children's elementary school, a woman escaped his home where she had been held against her will and assaulted. The neighbors found her screaming for help in the road. During an interview with the news, one of the neighbors said that the girl, after they got her safe and in their home.
Oh, what'd they say? You guys in the chat saying his son is 8 years old? What? Really? The son, the creeper has a son?
Told them that her friends did not make it. And she was in a lot of distress, and she is at our local city hospital now. The man is in custody, and multiple law enforcement agencies are carrying out a search warrant on the home, and they did say that they have cadaver dogs there, but have not said whether or not they have found anything. Helicopters have been circling all day, and our hospital parking lot is filled with FBI vehicles. I'll keep you up. I live in the small town of Excelsior Springs, Missouri.
All right, and then the other one.
The street is still blocked off.
What she got on here? Update.
It has now been 48 hours since a woman escaped from being kidnapped and held hostage by a man in my neighborhood while he was in the drop-off line at the elementary school. There is still a multi-agency investigation going on, and they said that the streets are still going to be blocked.
I'm going to put this woman's TikTok in the description. If you want to check her out, sometime it's Ash-centric.
Off through tonight. The suspect was charged with kidnapping and 2 different kinds of assault. Typically, crimes of this nature with only one victim do not get a 3-day-long investigation by the CSI. The update we were able to receive was given by the chief of police with the Excelsior Springs, Missouri Police Department. He said, at this time, we do not have any updates regarding the status of the investigation. He said there are numerous items being sorted from inside the residence, and it is a slow and painstaking process. That was the only update he was able to get. The victim did tell investigators that she was not the only one, but she was the only one to survive. Our local news channels have showed footage of blue barrels with lids being removed from the home with a cadaver dog jumping at them. It showed footage of them bringing out multiple evidence bags and them being sorted through in the yard. Overhead surveillance from helicopters was showing the backyard being dug up and things being sorted through in the backyard. They also did an interview with a neighbor who said that anytime he was going in his garage door, he did not open his garage door all the way. He opened it just a little bit for him to crawl underneath. I am hearing different rumors from people who are in contact with deputies on the case. I'm also hearing rumors from friends and family of staff that treated this woman in the hospital. All of the rumors I am hearing are absolutely gruesome and horrific. I don't really want to report on any of the rumors. I am just telling you guys what they have actually said in police press conferences and shown on the local news channels. I will continue to update as soon as I know more. They really should not keep us in the dark much longer. It has now been 48 hours since a woman escaped from being kidnapped and held hostage by...
Ash-centric. So there's really no real updates. You have to wait and see. Oh, this is something I haven't even read. I just saw this and I'm like, let's just look at this together. This person here claims, look at these people, all 3 suspected by the community to be missing and reported to police within a time frame of a month in that same area. Same victim type, young, black, KC metro area, missing between the 9th and the 19th of September, the same time window that the kidnapped woman in Excelsior Springs news reports would have been abducted. She said her friends didn't make it. These girls were all from the same area. This could be Jayana and her missing friends all within 5.5 or less miles of each other when abducted. Possibly the other 2 missing girls from the metro area. Serial killer articles from KC Metro stations. Fate, ? To be kidnapped and held captive and sexually assaulted by Tim in his Excelsior Springs home. Between the dates and descriptions given in the kidnap news reports, neighbor reports, and according to Kansas City Police Department Fox Online articles, I find so many reasons to believe these crimes and reports of missing are related. So we don't know that they are, and police said that so far they said the rumors aren't true. But it's interesting. Let's see. On Monday, the Brown family canvassed the Hickman Mills and Ruskin neighborhoods, asking residents if they've seen Jayana. It's been 17 days now, so I'm just trying to see if anyone may have seen anything. T.Y. Brown, Joanna's uncle, said a scan of local news station shows that only one local outlet covered the girl's disappearance on September 20th, the same day it was posted to police department's page, 11 days after she went missing. I miss her, I love her, and I wish she could find her way back home, Lavera Brown said. Whatever's going on, we can find a solution, no problem. It's too heavy. There's another girl. Kansas City police are asking the public to find Jada White, a 15-year-old reported missing in the Kansas City Marlboro Heights neighborhood since Monday. Okay. We want to make the public aware this claim is completely unfounded. There's no basis to support this rumor. Mainstream media often has been criticized for not giving missing black women the same coverage as their counterparts. Some experts blame the phenomenon on the invisibility of black women, which contributes to an overall lack of representation in media. Others say there is a hypervisibility of bad stereotypes of black women in media that could drive that treatment. A third of the country's women who go missing are black, PBS NewsHour reports. There have been at least 2 black teenagers missing to the KCPD in the past few weeks. The department's Twitter feed shows Jayana Brown, 17, was last seen September 9th and is listed as a runaway. Jada White, who was 15, went missing on September 19th. She is also listed as a runaway. I don't know. Missing 15-year-old. So there's another person. First picture, 17-year-old, not seen in over 2 weeks. Jayana, last seen September 9th at 6 p.m. near 113th Street and Lewis Avenue. Second picture, missing 15-year-old Cherish Pearson, was last seen in Kansas City, Missouri on September 15th. She hasn't been seen by family since. The family is asking for your help by sharing this post. Third picture, missing from Kansas City since May 24th. Family and friends are concerned about the disappearance of Abby Schaefer. She is 22 years of age. She has been missing since the 24th of May. The family said her phone pinged last at the address of 3331 Bridge Manor Drive, Kansas City. The police did a well check at the address yesterday, but whoever lived there moved out. Ooh, May 27th. On September 22nd, police stated that they were searching for a 15-year-old black female teenager who went missing and was last seen on September 19th, 81st Street and Wabash Avenue. Office stated Monday that the young woman had been found in a safe. So she's found now? This one? Oh, this particular woman. Was that the same 15-year-old? Woman has been found in a safe. I don't know. We'll be following that. I mean, it could be a bigger story, or it could just be that this person did this to one horrible person. It's kind of hard to dismiss, though, the lady saying that her friends or that she heard other people there. I mean, yeah, it's super concerning, but they've been pretty quiet, and there's just not much details to that. That's why I didn't even cover it yesterday. Like, I heard about it, and it's crazy, but like, so far yet, not that much. Murder Candy Podcast, thank you so much for the super chat. Because I'm angry by the whole situation, but angrier we did not know these women were missing because of their race. Insomniac to the Queen, I thank you for the 3-month membership. Blessed for covering the victims of every representation. Insomniac Queen, thank you so much for the super chat. And Calvin, thank you for the super chat. Okay, what I wanted to do, I just wanted to plug that in. We had a lot of trouble with the stream, so I'm sorry about that. All these, I don't know, they took down the last stream we did. I'm going to do one more poll, then I'm going to get to these next portions of the stream that I want to share with you guys. So let me do this. For the next stream, you guys want the Dara Brooks stream, the trial for the second day, which, by the way, I don't know that I can commit to that whole thing. Like, I could probably commit to maybe highlights, but because how slow it's going, like to actually sit there during the day when they're taking all of these breaks and the 2-hour lunch breaks that they're taking, like all this shit, I don't know that I can do that. So with this, if we watch it today, the second day, official second day, if people want to sit and watch the entire like trial from start to finish in the morning, you can do that on Monday. You'll be caught up, and then I can do highlights. But I don't think that it'll be a good move. I think to sit through the entire thing. I don't know. But right now, Dara Book stream or Stockton Town Hall. Which I don't know if the Stockton Town Hall is going to be how interesting or not interesting. It's a church service, but it's the community there talking about the gun violence and what's going on in their city. And then the chief does get up and talk. So I do want to watch. Well, he looks like he talked for a very short amount of time.
The city council approved a grant program in terms of crime.
Making sure we work together.
Try to really leverage that.
Darkness has to move. As long as we choose to light it up, then you see.
I think we should just do the Dara Books thing because I haven't been able to scan this service thing. That trial will be going on for 5 years, right? Do the Stockton. That's it hit home.
But it's dealing with
just from the outskirts. Those you can't go around the room.
The speaking
of
embedded with que tratar de estar
awkward stride.
Okay. I'm going to run a poll, which we can still do both, but it's just going to be one today. I can't do both today. All right. In the meantime, so let me do the stories that Sylvia had sent me, the suggestions. I'm going to replay this one and then move to the other ones. And these are just some Stockton weird stories that Sylvia was like looking and kind of pulling up. And he's like, yo, you should check it out. I'm going to replay this one and then I'm going to get to the other ones I didn't get to the last time.
Right now, Delta College police in Stockton are investigating a case of animal abuse. A dozen koi fish, worth thousands of dollars each, were beaten.
Why do you guys always do that? It's 50-50. Why do you guys always do that to me? Why?
To death. KCRA3's Mike DeSalle joins us live from Stockton with more.
And Walt, this was all caught on surveillance video. The police department here at the San Joaquin Delta Community College releasing video in hopes that people will recognize the two people behind this. Now, what happened was about 11 o'clock last night, these two men, according to police, came onto campus armed with a spear in the left hand of that one gentleman and a knife in the other. And what they proceeded to do was go to the school's prize koi pond and spear, beat, and cut 12 of these fish. 11 have already died because they were beaten so severely. One is on the verge of death, according to the police department here. And the big concern here is police want to identify these two men because they say if they will resort to this kind of violence as quickly as they will with these fish, then they will probably ratchet up and be even more violent in the future. They want to identify these two so they can get them into custody and ask them why they did this. In all, they say probably $15,000 damage to the koi fish that were beaten and mutilated here.
What I'll do if you guys aren't sure about the vote, when I get through the clips, I'm going to show you a little preview of the Stockton Town Hall. And this looks like what I was looking for. The chief is there and they're talking about the violence in the community and stuff like that. I'll play a little snippet. Maybe you guys can decide from there
But again, the bigger concern is that if they're going to resort to this kind of violence so
Jesus.
nonchalantly
You
on
guys are doing
this
it on
campus
purpose.
going to police, then they could be even more violent in the future. They want to make
Literally
sure to nip this in the
50-50.
bud. So if anybody recognizes those two people you saw on that surveillance video, you are asked to contact the San Joaquin Delta Community College Police Department as soon as possible. At this point, they say they are likely going to charge those two with animal cruelty and felony vandalism, but they could be looking at even more charges. We'll stay on top of this story, bringing the latest details as they become available on tonight's Evening News. Live in Stockton, Mike Tassell, KCRA3 reports.
Mike, it looks like those two could have been young enough to be students. Do the police think that this could be some kind of an inside job? And the videotape, you should be able to ID these guys.
Actually, they say they could be as young as 16 years old, so they could still be high school students. They don't know whether or not they're students here because graduation was just last week on Thursday, I believe, down here at the community college. And so there weren't any students on campus for school at this time. And they say they looked at all the parking lot surveillance video, and there were no cars in the parking lot when this happened. So they're not exactly sure how these two got here or why they came here, but they say the actions of those two caught on surveillance video shows that clearly one of them was acting as a lookout, and they did this deliberately and on purpose, and in their words, committed a, quote, disgusting act. Well,
some of these koi worth up to, what, $5,000 each?
$5,000?
Yeah, not very expensive.
They say a total of 12,000, all 12 fish.
Okay, sounds good. Mike Tassell with the very latest from Stockton. Thank you, Mike.
All right, so that was one. That was the koi fish gate in Stockton. This was 2010. This is another story by Silvio. All right, man seen fondling himself at the Delta College. I don't know if he's watching. Stockton College.
Hoff joining us live right now with more on how proactive police work led to this arrest tonight. Mallory.
Well, Galston and Kelly, it really did. Police took images of their person of interest and then sent them out by using social media to more than 20,000 people, all connected to this campus. Within just a few days, their person of interest was spotted. This is surveillance video of a man sitting in the Delta College library. He doesn't go to school here, but it's an open campus, so if he hasn't broken any rules, he's allowed to be there.
He kind of got the same build type. Okay.
But police say he has. According to investigators, he followed a student across campus and then...
She kind of looked at him and observed him making some type of movements under his pants in front of his body.
Delta College police say this is where it happened, right across the way from one of more than 100 surveillance video cameras on campus.
She sat outside the forum on a bench, and next to her is another bench, and this male subject sat close by.
But police say it didn't stop there.
This subject followed her into class, sat by her. She felt uncomfortable, left the classroom, and came over to the police department.
That was Friday. The department used social media to alert the community about a person of interest seen in frozen surveillance images. So you got a text on Friday then? Yeah. Monday, a student officer spotted that man outside of the library. Police officers confronted 28-year-old Bernard Figgins. He was arrested and charged with possession of a meth pipe. Additional charges will be up to the district attorney.
Scary, like when things like that happen.
And interesting numbers we're learning here tonight. We have learned that in the last 2 years, 75% of the people arrested on this campus don't go to school here. They are not students here at Delta.
Just creeping the school.
College. This man was cited and then released. Police tell us they do not believe he's connected to any other crimes that have taken place here. Police tell us they are in the process of installing an additional 50 surveillance video cameras. Live in Stockton, Mallory.
I've had people tell me about reading books and stuff. Leaf Letter said, what you say? No, you should read a book. I'd buy it. It'd take me a long time because I'd have to cut the audio so many times to get the proper spelling and pronunciation of all the words and stuff. It would take me a while. There was a company that reached out to me one time too on my email, and they were like, "We do audio stuff if you want to do it," but I didn't know that it was really worth the time to do it. I don't know how much they were going to offer or whatever. But they were offering me to do all my videos or something like that on audio, or which doesn't make. I mean, I'm already talking, so I don't know how that would work. Like, I don't know if they just rip the video or. But I have to sit there and re-record. I don't know. But yeah, it was like some sort of audio format for all the videos, kind of like podcasting, but it was a different service. But I never got back to them. Reports of 4 attacks on women at Delta College leaves many feeling unsafe. A lot of going on at this Delta College.
And tonight, campus concerns. Another sexual assault at Delta College in Stockton has students there worried about their campus safety.
Does it make you worried?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm a single female. I leave class at 9 o'clock at night.
Today's assault is the 4th attack on a woman on campus just this year.
And tonight, police tell us the attacker got away. KCRA 3's Tom Duhane is live at Delta College tonight, where some students are feeling vulnerable. Tom?
That's right. Several young women who are students here told me tonight that despite the fact that they have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week police force that is visible.
Sylvia out there, Grumpy said, I want Sylvia to read me a story.
They do not feel safe on the campus, and that's largely because this campus is wide open in a city that's known for relatively high crime. They say that any criminal can walk in and blend in and look for an opportunity. It happened in this stairwell just before noon. A woman walking alone grabbed from behind and groped.
She was able to fight him off. He was last seen going down the stairwell.
The student was traumatized but not hurt. Campus security cameras did not spot the attacker. After 4 sexual assaults this year, women on campus are definitely worried.
So it's walking through stairwells, trying to make the fastest way to get home, and then you're kind of watching over your shoulders to make sure you're okay. So it's
What kind of college is that? What?
Definitely scary.
Campus police say the attacks may not be connected because the suspect descriptions differ. Some students say this campus is filled with nooks and dark hallways and places to hide. It's also wide open to the community and difficult to patrol. Look at this Stockton crime map. That's the campus, and these icons show where violent crimes have occurred this year.
Stockton.
Everywhere around the campus.
That was 2013, and they said I think crime's gone up since, I thought.
We're, actually vulnerable. We think, we're in an institution where we're supposed to be safe, but actually, it's not the story.
By the way, a curious note, all 4 of these sexual assaults have occurred in the daytime, not at night. By the way, campus police sent out an email blast to all the students, telling them of what had happened, also reminding them to not walk alone, be aware of your circumstances around you, and also to report anything unusual. Reporting live in Stockton, Tom Duhane, KCRA 3 News.
Tom, thank you. And today's attack on a woman is just the latest. In January, another woman reported an assault on the Delta College campus. Just a few months later, in April, there were 2 separate attacks at the school. And last year, police investigated at least 4 reports of women being assaulted in stairwells at Delta College.
I got to bring it up. It's been a while since we've collabed. The last time they were getting upset with Sylvia because he was smoking and stuff. Try to cancel him.
News we're following is in Stockton. A
One shooting, killing in front of Stockton
man's
Mall.
been shot and killed outside Sherwood Mall. KCRA 3's Maricela de la Cruz joins us live from the scene with the latest. Maricela?
Yeah, Lisa, so what we know is that just before 11 a.m. today, Stockton police received several calls about a shooting happening just out here, outside the Golden One.
Wait, who's mugshot, Sylvia? Yeah. Show his mugshot, man. Show the mugshot.
Credit Union Bank, which is right by Pacific Avenue and which is right across also from the Delta College. So what we know right now is that police are out here investigating. The area is pretty much blocked off to traffic and to the public. And here with me is a spokesperson, Joe Silva, with Stockton Police. So Joe, what can you tell me about this investigation right now? Is this a targeted shooting, a random shooting?
Yes, our detectives have been on scene meeting with people from inside the bank and witnesses, and right now it appears everything happened outside of the bank along the Pacific Avenue side. It does appear targeted, and some type of disturbance happened between our victim and a possible suspect or suspects that led up to this unfortunate homicide.
So how long do you think you guys will be out here investigating?
Yeah, these type of investigations, they do take a long time. We have our detectives, our crime scene investigators that are out here looking for video surveillance, any type of physical evidence that might be here. But also, thanks for asking that question, is right now we have a traffic alert. Pacific Avenue, northbound Pacific Avenue between Yokutz Avenue and Robin Hood Drive will be closed for the whole duration of this investigation.
I know that information right now is pretty limited. Do we have any suspect information, any vehicle of interest?
Now, nothing that we can release right now. Our detectives are going through video surveillance, so hopefully once we get some really good stills, we'll be able to push that out to the public so that we can have people help with this investigation.
Got it. Thank you very much, Joe. And again, the area remains blocked off. And
another crime. What was this? Armed suspect carrying a loaded gun.
In the first week of the semester, there was a case of sexual battery.
Now in the second week, a man was caught bringing a weapon onto campus. So what are Delta police doing to keep the campus safe?
We are at maximum saturation on our patrols. So we've got the parking lots, the pathways, all the buildings, the interiors of campus all covered really well.
The subject's name is Javier Vasquez, a 20-year-old man. Vasquez was reported to the police after showing suspicious behavior in the bookstore. He was approached by campus police on the pathway between Holt 1 and Bud 4 parking lots. Police found a loaded firearm in his front pocket. Vasquez was arrested immediately. So why was the subject carrying a firearm on campus?
The intention is not known. He was suspected of possibly committing a theft in the bookstore.
Campus police urged students to report future crimes by using the Zulu app or by TipSoft. In Stockton, Seth Lohman, DCTV News.
Stockton News. All right, what else we got? Okay, so another one. We're almost done. And then we're going to decide whether we're going to do this thing or not. Northern California man is 2014 accused of supporting terrorism. Nicholas Michael Tisnot. A Northern California man is under arrest accused of plotting to blow up targets in Los Angeles. We are learning more about the 20-year-old obsessed with Al-Qaeda. Alrighty. Nicholas attended class in how do you say that? Joaquin? Delta College in Stockton. His classmates are shocked that he was arrested on Monday. We could have never figured. Morning near the Canadian border. He was on the Canadian border on terror charges trying to get into the Middle East. Last week, Tisnut was interviewed about someone wearing a fake military uniform on the campus of Delta College. This week, he's in federal custody, accused of supporting terrorism. Videos posted by Tisnut on the internet paint a picture of a young man fascinated with Al-Qaeda. In one video, he said, Allah is great and the most powerful, wonderful planner. He is the best of planners. Several videos on his YouTube page depict terrorist attacks against the U.S. Tisnut appeared in federal court Monday accused of exploring ways of supporting violent extremist activities and attempting to join Al-Qaeda. Court documents say Tisnut popped up on the FBI's radar last summer after he posted several terrorist messages on social media, including a plot to bomb Los Angeles subway system. Undercover agents posing as extremists earned Tisnut's trust. He told agent, I want my face on the FBI's top 12 most wanted because that means I'm doing something right. Tisnut told informants he was trying to get Syria to fight alongside with Al-Qaeda. Delta College student Sean Riley told ABC 7 News, it's really shocking someone at Delta would be known as probably a terrorist. Tisnut's classmates say he was quiet and liked to play chess. He was a newly converted Muslim, but never really pushed it onto anybody. He never said anything. He was just normal. A Delta College student said Tisnut's aunt Lodi said, all I know is he moved back to California. All starts with California. He's been living with his mom. Tisnut joined the California National Guard in 2012, but never made it to boot camp after failing to meet education requirements. Okay, let's see what Silvio's saying. Silvio. Then we get to the next article. Oh, that's the other video, right? Which video is that? I gotta send this to myself. I hate that I have to, every text message, if I want to send a picture, because I don't have iMessage on the Windows, I literally have to text every single thing to myself or email it to myself. I didn't do that yet. Oh yeah, this is what we're doing next. Man suspected of grabbing, kissing woman at Delta College. Police say they arrested a man suspected of harassing women at San Joaquin Delta College's Stockton campus. The incident happened Wednesday morning, according to the school district. Police were first alerted around 9 a.m. about a man, but were not able to find him. Later, just before 9:30 a.m., another person reported that a man was harassing women on the quad. The 33-year-old Tawanda Rumano allegedly grabbed women by the back of their head and kissed her on the cheek. Officers were able to catch up to Romano near Danner Hall. Romano has been arrested on suspicion of battery, public intoxication, being a registered offender, failing to register on campus, and trespassing. That's it. Okay. So let me see where the votes are at. It's 53% Stockton Town Hall, and then 47% Dara Brooks. Ah, you guys, man. I know. So everybody's gonna have to start texting me on the Android phone. Silvio, you guys are gonna have to be reverted back to the other phone. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. All right, so let me show you a snippet of the town hall. You guys can decide. Maybe you want to change your mind. Maybe. Oh, praise the Lord.
You see, but it's dealing
with Jesus. Oh,
testing 1 2. Good evening,
love you
everyone.
forever. All right, y'all tell me. This is what what you guys want to do the next couple hours. I will love you forever.
Started. So I'm going to ask everyone to find their seats.
I'm gonna have to bump the volume up, huh?
Jasmine.
Whispering.
Come on. So we have a little bit of housekeeping that we want to do before we actually
I'm gonna have to really bump this up.
start on the agenda.
Oof.
Oh, and
Brooks is funnier. That's what I was thinking. I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys want to do. You want to watch church or you want to watch Bros? ¿Qué quiere hacer? Dígame ahora, okay? Can you change your vote? Or once you vote, that's it? Should I redo the poll? Because if you voted already, then you can't vote, right? Maybe after seeing... I will love you for... Or we could just skip to the mayor. I don't know. I mean, not the mayor, the chief.
food, you can find that outside. If you walk past these gates, we do have restrooms to the left.
I can't even hear myself. My volume's all the way up.
We also have some support in the back if you all need questions or if you want someone to come to.
I'm going to redo the vote.
A few of our folks who have
The
Post-it
Dominion
cards.
voting system.
If you want to flag us
Your
down,
vote
you can fill it out for questions.
kind of counts. Allegedly.
And then also just a request to media. We ask that all media stays in the positions you are.
I don't know if you guys really want to do this.
If you are
It seems kind of slow.
recording, we ask respectfully that.
If you want, I could kind of one other day I can go through this and see if there's anything relevant and clip it instead of making you guys sit through all this shit. Let's do it again. We're going to do a new vote. Stockton. Will you love me forever? Oh. I think we should do, I honestly, well, let me not say it. I mean, it's clear what I think we should do.
That you stay in that position. Thank you for being here.
For all of its residents. And we just don't want to just throw a blanket prayer out there, but God, we love
the pointing finger, the speaking of evil. If you offer your food to the hungry restorer,
builds power among historically
the area of Western Ranch and throughout the city, him and his wonderful wife.
Best city in America to live, raise a family.
The poll's different now.
And grow a business. To our face, he told them our walls are burned down.
Yeah, we're going to leave that one alone. Yeah, we're going to leave that one alone. It's not fair anymore. Us. I'm going to let y'all have your seat, but you get to stay. And they're going to share with us what the plan is.
Yeah, what's the plan?
They're going to let us know what's happening. As opposed to pointing fingers, coming in, being judgmental, automatically assuming that we're not being given truth. What am I going to believe? Am I going to believe media that's not in the position, or am I going to believe the people that are? I need to make a choice. So choose today whether or not you are going to hear and receive the information, make a conscious decision, and if you need to ask more questions, guess what? There's some questions. We've got cue cards that we're going to pass out. Make sure that you're asking informed questions, thoughtful questions, questions that are relevant to what is going on, questions that will be helpful. Amen?
Amen.
All right.
Yeah. What do you guys think if we just, let me see, you want to just watch the police chief and then we move on to Daryl?
Tony, that was fantastic.
Once upon a time.
She and I, we've come a long ways. I got here, I can't tell you how far we've come. It's been a developmental experience for me for the better. With us, a good meeting. It wasn't a good meeting. It was not a good meeting. I'm not even going to tell you the details of it, but it was not good. And then you fast forward, it's like it never happened.
Yeah, no, it's kind of dragging.
You know,
I might just do the chief. It
says we wanted. So I commend you for your leadership, and you're going to hear from the mayor, also here, so forth. Because it has a very healthy.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat too, because I know there is some locals and stuff. So maybe for the local people, if you do want to watch the entire thing, you can watch that at another time. Don't leave me now, but you can watch that another time. Save the link.
You're going to have a handful of people
Don't leave me.
who are just not going to do right. Intervention, leading the things that are terms, numbers are not the end all and the be all.
They're talking about shootings though.
And generated periodically through mainstream media, 5 o'clock news, etc. Year to date, we're at about 43 homicides. Last year to date, we're at 32. But last year was one of our best years in terms of, well, first of all,
okay, here's the chief.
Look in range of homicide.
All right, let's do the chief.
You got me pumped up when you're up here. I wanted to jump up and shout. That was from the deepest parts of your soul. And I'm feeling it. And I'm feeling the togetherness of everyone in here. I'm loving this energy. It's incredible.
I'm going to start making the other stream. We can go over.
It's making me want to do more things. It's making me want to work harder. It's making me want to build even more relationships. The power has always been with the people. It's the people in the neighborhoods that have the power, that have the influence. It's the clergy in the cities that have that faith-based guidance that powers a whole community.
I'm creating the other stream right now. We'll see how long this is, but I'm going to make the other stream, make a quick little thumbnail, and I'm going to activate it, and I'll just move you guys over. I'll let you know before I move you over.
It's just incredible. And again, I want to thank you, Tony, and I want to thank Faith in the Valley for hosting this public safety event. When we talk about 21st century policing, 21st public safety, this is what it is. Where we have city officials, we have clergy, we have clinicians, we have activists, we have folks that are on their knees in the weeds, making sure we work together. That's public safety, having all the different perspectives at the table, problem solving together, and it's incredible. Still, a very common question I get is why Stockton? And, to be honest, I've had a great policing career. I'm 51, and for 30 of those years, I've been in public safety. So this has been my longest commitment in my life, doing this. This is what I know. My oldest daughter is 28, so I've been in this profession longer than I've been a parent. It's honorable. I'm humbled by it. I'm appreciative of the opportunities. And I felt it was a calling. I've always had a connection to Stockton through softball, coaching softball in Stockton, attaining scholarship for Stockton athletes, but it felt like a calling. It felt like I'm one more perspective that might just bring something valuable to the table. Not assuming I will, but I just might bring something valuable to this community. All of us are concerned and impacted by gun violence. We all share PTSD due to the trauma we see on the streets. The men and women in my department are affected by the trauma. All the communities are affected by the trauma. I believe where there's traumas, there's strength. You know, we lost some incredible people that were a big part of our lives.
That's the chief.
I've gone to several churches since I've been the chief here, and so many people have told me about who they've lost. Almost everyone I run into, I've lost a brother, I've lost a sister.
Coloring book?
There's pain. There's pain in this community. But I think that pain makes us stronger. Another thing I like about Stockton is the roots run so deep. I don't think I've been one part of the city where someone has shouted out what high school they went to. If I'm not mistaken, I think everyone went to Edison. Is that true? That's what I keep hearing? Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. That was the place to be. Oh, we have one stag in the house. But you know, just people are just passionate about what they've been through, how they connected from adolescence. You know, I walked down the street with some of my partners at the police department, and just how they've known folks from being infants. It's just incredible. It's incredible. It gives us more reason to work together because we are together. We are connected. So far, the men and women in your police department have removed 633 guns from hands of those that were prohibited to possess firearms.
Give me 1 second, I'm almost done.
633, that's a lot of guns. Something we can't quantify is how many lives have been saved. How many of those triggers may have been pulled at someone? We can't quantify that, but we know we're making a difference with doing that. And they're committed to continue with getting those guns off the street. As the city manager said, we had 110 non-fatal shootings, which is a 9% drop, right? We also had a 14% drop in aggravated assaults. So that's 2 out of 3 categories that sort of let us know where crime is in our city. Right, our homicides are low spike right now, which there are some contributing factors, but in the other 2 categories, we show a decrease, and that's something we should be championing. Something we don't do enough in Stockton is champion what we do well, the incredible things that happen. I've been to some incredible events. I've been to some incredible ribbon cuttings that it took folks on their knees in the week.
Oh, shoot. What just happened? What happened?
Testing, 1.
Business owners. He got
what happened, either before or after, and that's the calling we have on, and they're committed to continue from adolescence. But that was the place to be. I've lost a brother, and my felt it was a call. So
let's screw it up.
You know, when we talk about 21st century policing, 21st public safety, this one, and for I know that might just bring something valuable to the table. Are affected by the trauma? Almost everyone I run into, I've lost a brother, I've lost a sister to gun violence. The roots run so deep to be and through how they connected you from being infants. And the women in your police department have triggers may have been pulled at someone. We can't quantify that, but we know we're making a difference with doing that. And they're committed to continue with getting those guns off the street. As the city manager said, we had 110 non-fatal shootings, which is a 9% drop. Right? We also had a 14% drop in aggravated assaults. So that's 2 out of 3 categories that sort of let us know where crime is in our city.
All right, you ready to go?
Right, our homicides are low spike right now, which there are some contributing factors.
You ready to go to the
but
new
in
stream?
other 2 categories, we show a decrease, and that's something we should be championing. Something we don't do enough in Stockton is champion what we do well.
I thought they were going to be kind of talking more about the, I mean, they're talking about the city, the crime.
I have an 18 and 20-year-old, as many of you do as well. Just getting started.
Set the stream up.
At the crossroads, not even knowing what way they're going to turn yet, but we're losing them to violence.
Time to move on. Damn, even Silver said,
of the 43 homicides.
Got this shit. I'm smoking right now, man. You're fucking on my high. Fuck this shit. All right, I just created the new stream. Bada boom, bada bing. Hold on, give it a second. Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do that, though. Did I screw something up? Okay. Okay. I'm going to move you guys over. I will love you forever. Yes. Oh, love. I will. All right, I'm moving you guys over. I'm ending the stream. Here we go.